It has been written somewhere, that the truth and the sun cannot be hidden for long. There are many such occasions in our life, when we have full faith that the person in front is lying to us, making us fool. But we cannot do anything at that time even if we want, because the person in front will never tell you, what is the truth after all, because either he knows the truth, or God knows. And that person in front, taking advantage of this thing, will keep us going round and round. That man can tell lies, he can swear falsely, and even by putting his hand on someone's head, he will say that this is a lie. Therefore, to think that the person in front is swearing, then he is true, it is absolutely childish. So why don't we develop a quality within ourselves, so that within a few minutes, even after talking a little to someone, we can become so capable that we could find out whether we should trust the person in front or not. It is very important to catch lies. In today's time, if you are an interviewer in a company, then you can catch a lie of candidate. Your life partner is hiding some things from you, you can catch him. If you have gone to deal with a lot of money, then the party in front, no matter how much they say to impress you, you can catch his lie. I believe that catching lies, there is one most important part of life and your personality, which brother if you have learned, yes, this is something to be learned, which comes through practice. So if you learn this, you will never be deceived in life, whether there is less food to eat, whether money is less, whether there is love or not, if the age is less in life, then we will run the work. But when there is deception in life, then the back of the person breaks, and at that time it comes in the heart of man that, man, I wish I had known all this earlier. So this is your statement that I wish I had known all this beforehand. We are going to change it in 10 minutes, in this statement that I already knew this, and I was already aware of it. So friends, how do you get caught lying to someone? In this video, I am going to share with you 5 very strong panacea methods, along with example. I will try to explain to you better, those who are more important to understand than to hear. What is important? It is more important to understand. Now hear carefully every word of this video from here, put it in your heart. Before I tell you 5 ways to catch a lie, I want to give a disclaimer, man, in whatever way I am going to tell you, if you are using all these, then do it at your own risk. Because in life, relationships cannot be rebuilt. Whatever you are doing, your profit is your loss, you are responsible for all. After doing a lot of research, I have prepared these methods for you after searching from somewhere. Method number 1, extend the lie and ask, now what is the way? Oh man. If you ask by increasing the lie, then the next person will tell the truth. See, understand by example, you had $5,000 in your purse, you share a room with a friend, you woke up someday in the morning, and you checked your wallet, and in that you only got $3,000, that is, $2,000 for your disappeared. Apart from these $2,000, all the other ATM cards in your purse are the same. No one has stolen them. That is, whoever get the money, he has taken out only $2,000. Now you feel that the person who is with you, whom you consider as your friend, with whom you share your room, he has taken your money. Then you tell him, why did you take out my $5,000? Why have you stolen my ATM card? And when you tell him like this, he will not accept it. It is a matter of obvious, either he will say that I did not steal anything, or he will say that I did not withdraw your $5,000, nor did I take your ATM card. And when he repeatedly mentions this particular amount, that is, $5,000 in his statement, then it means somewhere black in the pulse, because if he has taken out your $2,000, then that guy will insist on this thing again and again. He will try to prove himself right by wrong way, that I have not withdrawn your $5,000, I have not taken any ATM card of yours. Then you immediately tell him that then, how many have come out? Maybe in the flow of talk, it may come out of its mouth, that is, by provoking a lie. It may be, to avoid such a big blame, that person should only accept what you want him to do, that is, what is true. Method number 2. Ask the sequence of events in reverse order, see what happens, so that you want to spread the truth. He must have set a story in his mind, that means I did this first, then did this, after that I went here, met him, did this after that, and then I came back. And the story it used to be, she would have sung it in a perfect way. Now what do not you have to do? See, once you listen to his story, then the second time you do not let him tell the story, rather, ask him the steps of his story in reverse sequence, as in, what were you doing just before this? Well, what were you doing before this? And where were you before? On asking questions like this, if his story is changing, or he is not able to connect things, or he is acting very thoughtfully, that is, to think, but in actual fact, he himself is trapped in the false story he has created, and is trying to remember it and speak, understand that brother, the time has come to be careful. because it is possible that the next person is speaking to you is lie. That I have not withdrawn your $5,000, I have not taken any ATM card of yours. Then you immediately tell him that. Then, how many have come out? Maybe in the flow of talk, it may come out of its mouth, that is, by provoking a lie. It may be, to avoid such a big blame, that person should only accept what you want him to do, that is, what is true. Method number 2. Ask the sequence of events in reverse order, see what happens. So that you want to spread the truth, he must have set a story in his mind. That means I did this first, then did this, after that I went here, met him, did this after that, and then I came back. And the story it used to be, she would have sung it in a perfect way. Now what do not you have to do? See, once you listen to his story, then the second time you do not let him tell the story, rather, ask him the steps of his story in reverse sequence, as in, what were you doing just before this? Well, what were you doing before this? And where were you before? On asking questions like this, if his story is changing, or he is not able to connect things, or he is acting very thoughtfully, that is, to think, but in actual fact, he himself is trapped in the false story he has created, and is trying to remember it and speak, understand that, brother, the time has come to be careful, because it is possible that the next person is speaking to you is lie. Because, brother, look how bitter the truth may be, but the most important thing about the truth is to know what happens, that you do not have to think to tell the truth. If you are sincere, then you do not need to remember anything, you will speak your mind without stressing. Because you are true, and with you, the practical experience of that event is attached to you, because it happened with you in the actual, or you were there in the actual. So if someone asks you directly, ask the opposite, you will answer comfortably, but in the case of lies, by asking the story in reverse sequence, there are full chances of changing its statement. Method number 3. This inclination in the mind of the other person, that whatever he has done it right, and that is not a big thing. If you were also in his place, you would have done the same thing. This is what you have to put in the mind of the next person. Look what happens, man. Why do people tell a lie? Either he is getting benefit somewhere, for that he will tell a lie, or else he will be made a criminal. If he tells the truth, people will stop respecting him, will consider him inferior, so he does not want to tell the truth out of shame. So in order to get his truth out, you yourself have to act like him. You will have to say that, bro, I did the same once in my life, and I have no regrets about it. So this liar will think that, the same thing has happened with this as well, and there is no remorse for it. That is, the mistake I have made is very small, I was afraid of unnecessary things, that I have made such a big mistake. Then if you have inculcated this in his mind that what he has done is not a big deal, then there are full chances of it, that he will definitely tell you the truth at some point, or maybe at the same time. Method number 4. Give maximum opportunity to the other person to speak, and let him complete his sentence. Now what does it mean, give maximum opportunity to the person in front to speak, and he will spew the truth? See, if you give maximum opportunity to the person in front to speak, then it is not necessary that he will tell the truth, but the chances of this thing will increase, that the more he speaks again and again, the more his chances of changing his statements increase, and he may tell such a thing, what he has never told before, or had told something else before, and now he is telling something else, then its meaning turns out to be, surely there is a possibility of changing the statement in future also, so here also there is a possibility that the person in front is speaking, it may be a lie. It becomes a little difficult to believe him in such a condition. Whenever you are answering a question to the other person, and when he is answering you, then you sit quietly, do not complete his sentences, let him complete his statement after that, like the next guy is saying, and then he stops, then you don't complete his statement, well after that you went there. No matter how much he thinks, let him think, give him a chance to speak as much as himself, and let him complete his sentences. If you start completing the sentences of the person in front, then it becomes even easier for him to lie, making a story. Method number 5. Responding to the guy in front quickly, and then go back. Suppose something went wrong somewhere, and you have doubts on someone, and you immediately ask him that, brother, have you not done this somewhere? And he immediately gives you the answer no, I did not do this, I have not done this particular work. That is, you only told him that, he did not do anything wrong, and he told you in detail, man, I have not done this. Or suppose the person in front is answering right away, so something's wrong, and he's answering like he's memorized everything well, and when you come to the point, when you want him to accept that, he will behave as if nothing has happened, or he will explain everything very well, but when you come to ask me about him, then he will end him in a jiffy. Whether there is nothing like that, that means those who tell lies, he speaks a lot. but does not tell anything, but will explain the unnecessary things in great detail, so that the person in front realizes that he is cooperating with them. But whenever you come to talk, they will jump from there. Their body language will start changing and their expressions will change, their voice will change, or maybe he threatened you. If you ask a single question in front of this, then I will do it, I will do that. That is, you ask him everything, but do not ask that question. So the possibility increases even more, that the person in front may have done that work, made that mistake, which he does not want to tell. The person in front may have done that work, made that mistake, which he does not want to tell, or he does not want to talk about it. And after this we will come to the conclusions of this video, which I believe is very important to know, if you have watched the full video. Now let's do the most important thing, which I believe is very important for you to know. See, the who makes a mistake is wrong, there is no doubt in this. And it is the right of every person that he must get a chance to rectify his mistake, because of a mistake, you can't judge someone wrong. Of course I don't speak, you have the right, you have your thoughts, but many times a mistake is made by mistake. Sometimes a person is compelled, and maybe someone's intention is wrong. Maybe he did it by thinking, maybe the mistake he is going to make, or the mistake he has made, he will not be aware of the consequences, he did not know that it would be so bad. That's why a person takes wrong steps. Now see, if a person makes a mistake, so it becomes a little difficult to believe in that person, but improvement is the law of nature, and every human has the right to, that he should improve. Give him a chance to improve. This life is not a court. Tell the person step by step that you are a liar. You did this, you did that, you should be punished. This is life. Life is to be lived honestly. Live life with a dream. Humanity has to pass. Whatever you have done in life, you should have the courage to say it, and whatever you say, you should have the courage to do it. Hope this video must have been very helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching.